the law of connection. Another very important video in this leadership series. And it says, leaders touch a heart before they ask for a hand. As a leader, you have to understand that you have to connect with people both emotionally and relationally before you ask for a hand. As a leader, you are in the people business, and it's your responsibility, not theirs, your responsibility to connect with your people, to reach them, to understand the things that are important to them, to understand why they operate the way they operate, because this is key. We've spoken about so far or before in the previous videos about the different levels of leadership. And we have mentioned that at the third level, connection, relationship, where people follow you because they want to follow you. Because the key thing at that level is relationship. We've spoken about that. And this concept mainly connects to the third level of leadership, which is the relationship level. But the question might be asked, how do you really connect with people? John Maxwell shares 5, or should I say 8 ways in which you can connect with people, and I just want to share those with you. And as a leader, it's very important that you develop these, what I call techniques or tools that you can utilize to connect with your people. 1, connect with yourself. There's no way you can expect to connect with people when you don't understand or really know yourself. As a leader, you have to first appreciate yourself before you can appreciate others, which means you have to love yourself inside before you can love others outside. There's no way you can expect that you will show others love when you have no love inside, and it goes without saying. So it is important that you try to learn about yourself, to learn the things you like, the things you don't like, the things that get you angry, your strengths, your weaknesses. That way you'll be able to know who you are. You better be able to love others, right? So that is the first thing in how to connect with people. The second thing is sharing with openness and sincerity. People respect people who are very open and sincere about things that they share with others. As a leader, you have that responsibility because people look to you. And because people are looking to you, they want persons who are dependable. We have spoken about dependability in previous videos. In the law of consistency, it's very important that you understand that. As a leader, you have to be dependable. You have to be open and sincere about the gestures. You being kind to somebody. You telling somebody the honest truth about what you believe is right for them. You being sincere about the decisions that you make and being very open about it is very crucial. The third thing is live your message. As a leader, your responsibility is to make sure that what you preach, you practice. If the message that you preach is not what you practice, then there's not consistency. And as I mentioned, consistency is crucial in how people evaluate you. But not only that, if you have a message that you're preaching for your organization, you have to live that message. Number 4, know your people. I kind of touched this already in the introduction. You have to know your people. You have to know their strengths and their weaknesses. You have to know why they do what they do, why they are part of the organization. You have to understand those things. Because when you understand those things, that is only when you can best utilize people in the organization. That is when you can best connect with people and to know where they will best serve. So it's important that you know your people. The 5th thing or tool or technique that can be utilized in connecting with people is to communicate on their level. Sometimes you have these technical things that you want to accomplish and do, but you have to learn how to break it down to your people so that they can understand the step-by-step process. Sometimes you can't just share the destination because they're not sure how they're going to get to the destination because of the distance. So you have to break it down to them. You have to share how you're going to get there. You have to share it also in their language. Sometimes we have these technical jargons and ways that we use to communicate things. That is not the best way to connect with your people. So you have to know how to break down things so your people so you can reach your people. The sixth thing is give yourself totally to the people and the message. Your message is crucial. And you have to make the vision, the message very clear to your people from the get-go. And you have to live that message. You have to make sure that you're not just preaching it, but you're also practicing it. If you're only preaching a message and you're not practicing it, then there's no consistency. So it is your responsibility to ask yourself daily, am I reflecting the message that I preach to people? Am I a living example of the message that I share for my organization, the vision that I share for my organization with my team? Very, very important. Then the seventh thing is share how the message has touched you. If you have a message, you have to share with people why that message is so important to you. Why is it that you continue to strive for that particular message? Therefore, as a leader, you have to make sure that you share that with your team so your team can buy into it. It might be a very simple message, but you have to share with your team, because when people have a reason for understand the reason for why you do what you do, it makes it easier for them to follow along. Very important. For the final thing is offer direction and hope. If I haven't stressed anything, as a leader, your responsibility is to give hope to the people you lead. It's to give them vision, to get them rallied into the mission. And therefore, your direction and hope giving is crucial to how far your team go. And also how connected you are to your team. Now, I've shared 8 tools and techniques that you can utilize in connecting with your team. I hope that this message has blessed you and you will continue to grow on this leadership journey on this series. And thanks again for tuning in, and have a blessed one.